What's up, guys? Today I'm going to go over an Adamancipator deck profile using a few different neat engines. This is your standard profile. You got your Parallax C for link extensions, artifact line to help you lock them from the extra deck. Basically, you got your 6 tuner or your 9 tuners. Got all the Adamancipator tuners. You want to play those. This is great for draws. So I like to play the drag gate. You can kind of like interlock that with other cards or switch it out. Quacky line. This is always pretty good to get some resources in your hand, especially with Doki Doki play, or if you need to go with the IP Masquerena and you need a extra card in your hand for the Unicorn. There's just different scenarios where it comes in handy having the Guardian in hand. Interesting enough, a nice extender for the deck or play starter is Emergency Teleport, because it's either going to force them to react or it's going to give you a synchro or a link, and it just depends on the scenario what your starting hand looks like. Imperm, really, that could be anything. It could be your droplets, it could be that. Now, one thing in the deck I think can be edited some, and like I play around with both, is the Adamancipator signs. So this card can be kind of bricky in your starting hand. If you like, let's just say, I normal summon this a researcher or one of the tuners, and I don't hit anything, or it gets negated, and I have no way to get another extender on the board. Your plays are immediately stopped. Sign in your hand is going to do nothing. But for example, something like Instant Fusion. Uh, So like for example, like Instant Fusion and I believe it's Retort Fusion. There's another fusion card. It's like called like Retort Fusion or something like that. Ready Fusion. Yeah, Ready Fusion. I call it that because I get the name wrong in there. But yeah, so something like this, it can give you access to an extender in the form of, I believe there are some, a rock level 4 and a rock level 6. One's a tuner, or they're both 4, I'm not sure. One's a tuner and one's not, and that just gives you the extra plays if you need to get into your needle fiber or your hockey fibrax, or you need to get into, maybe you want to make like Dagda, or you need something for your tuner to get. It's just scenario based, but the good thing about like Ready Fusion and Instant Fusion is it's not dead always, like Adamancipator signs. Although it will be dead once you use it, so maybe not at 3 copies. Taco Crusader is another one of those cards, like basically like never comes up for me because I'm not playing the engine in that sends cards to the graveyard. There's like a specific rock one, I believe it's called I forget, but basically called by the grave, or not called by the grave, whatever, Foolish Burial type cards for rocks. That's actually an interesting engine, but you would have to edit out a few things, and I really like the way this works. Maybe something I'll try again, because it does give you the extenders, like you'll play Taco Crusader, for example, to like get some removal, or there's another rock level 4 that special summons itself if it's sent from the deck to the grave, or either special summons or adds it to your hand, which is pretty decent. Yeah, so not anything like too like crazy, but I'll show you a few games real quick. Let's see what's this thing on. I'm just gonna jump into a random game just to show like pretty confident with it, the power level that it boasts. It's not, if you set up your, you still get some good negates when you're setting up your extra deck block, but sometimes you'll run into a scenario where you don't, yeah, let's change the window. So yeah, we either go first with this hand, kind of lucky. Activate this just to thin your deck a little bit, no chaining. So this hand's not so great, right? But we're going to make something happen. We're going to use Emergency Teleport to get that part of the combo started. It's not going to activate because we already have this in hand, unfortunately. We do play one of each, so here's what I'll do. I'm going to be a little greedy. Doesn't matter what level I make it. I'm going to go for the Dagda line immediately because of Parallel Exceed. Parallel Exceed's going to activate, grabbing us our Scythe for the potential lock later. And now what we're going to do is go into Gallant Granite, which is our Xyz. Rank 4, activate that, and we're going to grab our Researcher. Because Researcher can special summon itself when there's a rock on the field. It's the only one that I have right now. We can get that to happen. Nice, we're going to get a draw too. So I'm just going to go for the draw. Doki Doki's really nice because I could get my level 4 extender out too, which would be technically... Yeah, so it probably would have been better to do that, but oh well. Now, very important part to the combo is you need to ensure that you get out your hotkey 5 racks. Add a card to hand. You need to make sure you get the hotkey 5 racks out. And then we're just going to do like typical. There we go, we're not even punished. Nice. So let's get this card out. And we're going to use Dagda soon to make we're going to make our Appaloosa with 3 materials. I'm going to activate this. I made a little misplay there. What I should have done was put Tackle Crusader back in and Plague Spreader, well, using Plague Spreader. Oh my god, what did I just do? Oh well. I did not mean to set that, but whatever. And we get our Savage. Savage is gonna equip our artifact, set this down. Even though I made some misplays, it actually doesn't matter. Chain all. So immediately I'm gonna have to activate my Needle Fiber, or my Hockey 5 racks, so that I can summon out TG Wonder Magician. TG Wonder Magician is what pops our Scythe for us. And then we get the quick sync into our Bear in the Floor using TG Wonder Magician and Scythe, both being level 5s. Which is pretty nice. And we got some Melody. Gonna negate Melody, activate this. The one I'm adding is 2 cards. Pop Scythe. I mean, Blue Eyes really doesn't care that much about. So I made a misplay. Like, if I had just normal summoned this, I also could have also had Dragite on the board, which is pretty powerful. Obviously, if I was playing in like person, it wouldn't matter. Just wasting a normal summon is pretty sad. But I mean, it also tests the strength of the deck, where my normal summon was hardly relevant. Well, obviously, because I wasted it. And I still got a pretty good board. All I would have had was just like one more negate. Wow, excellent. They're gonna get their Blue Eyes out. No, I don't like that. You know, the Stone Engrave. It's gonna switch to something like a Blue Eyes monster. Do I want to use Baron to Floor's effect? Nah, I think I'm cool. Because we're just gonna go right into Dragite. Activate Dragite. Let's see if we can get a rock on board. Oh, there we go, Nibiru. Only needed 1. Get this card back in their hand. So there's the damage for game. It's enough. Pretty easy like that. Of course they were playing like maybe something that's not necessarily like the craziest. But I'll do one more, just to demonstrate. Looks like the same guy. we need to go first again. Lucky us. Actually, this hand's actually fairly nutty. Hand trap installation, special summon, no. And then we get to get Seeker out too. Chaining. What else is chaining now? Okay, Doki Doki. We'll use that potentially later. We'll see if I can get a better excavation off. But here, actually, that's pretty good because we can Dagda. Right? Get our Parallel Exceed activation with 2 level 4s. With the chain, yes. Don't never forget that activation. These little lines are kind of weird. You kind of have to just like know your cards. So let's see if I can get. I get technically Granite Loyalist is like the safe play. Because I can add a card to hand, I can activate Doki Doki, I can get like resource flow. It's either that or I can. This could be potentially really bad. Oh, we can still get the Loyalist out. So I used him. It seems a little weird, but I'm gonna do this. Alright, now we need to do a Loyalist system. So it's kind of like a weird line. This deck's kind of weird where you can just kind of play around with random. I should not have added that one. I'm gonna get another copy of her. Okay, now we're gonna. I think we just needle fiber here with this, or this. Activate this. No chaining. Basically, always, unless for some weird reason we need to get an Adamancipator for example, Seeker, where my Sulu is going to get plagues better. And then I guess to get the link engraved, we're going to go for and this is a little bit weaker than the last play. And we can turn chain on. So we got our monster negates, our Omni negate, our lock, extra deck lock plus Omni negate. Not as good as last turn. This guy's pretty good. It special summons itself since a Blue Eyes grave, and then you can discard a Blue Eyes card and special summon Blue Eyes from your grave. I don't want that to happen. And we'll still have an Omni negate. I don't believe they can activate it again. Probably would have been better to use Appaloosa in that scenario, because the Omni negate's really good for spells. Like Blue Eyes has a lot of like power spells they like to play. But they use the normal summon on Tyrant, which is kind of weird. No way I'm allowing that to happen. Oh well. Let's see what we can do from this scenario. This is pretty rough. So I think, unfortunately, it's really weird. And then Access go. Now we just have to pray he can't destroy access code. It's kinda rough. It happens. Like I said, I wasted the that negate, and this is really good for spells. Maybe we'll get lucky here. Probably. Okay. Says he wants to play again, so let's see if I can get one more game in. I say like it's pretty strong if you get to go first. But that's the same thing, like same old thing with every Yu-Gi-Oh deck. There we go. Alright, let's thin the deck a little bit. This hand is actually atrocious, so but there's always plays. Thank God for Alexi. Oh, we all, buddy. Interesting. So, very important. Let's get Dagda, so we can get that activation immediately into Raptite. This hand, kind of rough, but at least we get our... Let's see what we see. I see, I'll take a Doki Doki just for the extra resource. Doesn't look like he has negates. And then we'll get out of here. We do have the blue rock engrave, which is important to note, so Dragite is live. Oh, we got punished. Okay, that's fine. This is an area where this let's get out. And I have the masquerade on. So we can set up tomorrow, so let's see what happens. Back to chain. I was gonna send it to the grave, add a Blue Eyes. He's gonna have to link Karibo here to get the effect, but this would also get the special summon of Blue Eyes. If he activates that, it just before the end of the main phase. Okay. What's that? Relax. Just gonna let him do it. I'm gonna get him his draws. We'll see what happens with the spells that he plays. Yeah, action damage on board. Just bad off, give him a chance. You know what? I didn't even think about it. I should have popped one. It doesn't matter. He would have activated it anyway. Because the flare has that pop effect. Oh, okay. That's basically the deck list. Any questions you can put in the comments and I'll answer it, or I'll even, since I'm such a small YouTuber, I'll even be down to do a Discord call or something if you want to kind of like dig deeper into Adamancipators and like what you can do with them. I've been playing the deck since Adamancipator first came out. We had all the Black Dragon nonsense. I've had like a million different variations. I've seen so many bans, just stuff I can't play anymore. I've tried like everything from the DPE package to the Scythe package to um, even playing the Destruction Sword package with them. I've done the Prank Kids package, which is now banned. That's what's prompted this new deck edit. I had to take that out. Amazing extender for the deck. Just giving you those extra link reaches, link plays, materials on board, giving you rocks on board. Just, I've done like a lot of Adamancipator stuff. This one I'm a little distracted because I'm trying to talk. Normally I'd be playing, you know, hyper focus. My plays would have been better. I wouldn't mess up normal summons, but in general, the deck is very, very strong. It can surprise like meta decks, or it can really contend. It's got excellent like board wiping features. Just in general, like Adamancipator, very fun deck. Some little bit of skill to learn with it. Not too hard though. It's kind of simple. Once you learn all the little packages inside. But like I said, leave a like, leave a comment. I'm always down to play with people, do some 2v2s on YGO Pro, or just talk about the deck in general, and see like what changes you want to make. Just throw a deck together on the spot because the deck's very fun. You know. Peace.